It's a real pleasure to be here. This is called A Hen Runs. A hen runs around the yard. Its body is a wrapped package containing a roast chicken for dinner. Other birds are roast thrush and roast sparrow. Animals are roast beef and roast lamb. We know they are, but they do not suspect it. Even if they did, they would shut out the thought, and their frightened, insecure eyes would smile at one another. Live in the present birth. It may never happen. A bit like humans.
Help! What an arresting voice. Such a rich timbre, full and melodious. I wonder if it's a natural voice or whether its owner has had it trained. I'll let him call again. Perhaps I shall then be able to tell. Help! Lovely! Rich and sonorous, but trained? I'll ask him to call again. Sir, will you call again? I do enjoy the quality of your voice. The man I addressed was floating precariously just above the surface of the canal. Why, I recognise him. It's Big Jim. Hello, Big Jim. How good to see you. Ivor, you big twit, get me out of here, I'm drowning, called Big Jim, with that poignant sadness in his voice that has all the fathers of heavily built daughters from Trotwood shaking in their shoes. I'm wearing my good suit, Big Jim, I replied. Please don't ask me to rescue you, knowing as I was speaking that I should be forced to save this life, human as it is. Save me, you fool! You'll have it on your conscience. Even at this moment, Big Jim was in full control of his facilities. He had me there and knew it, knew he was safe on dry land already. I peeled off my clothes, even my string vest and pants, and plunged into the water. How soft it felt, like a housemaid's knee. It was 2'6" at the edge, but towards the middle it was 3'6" and 3'9" in the dead centre, where the barge keels had scraped away for themselves from carrying a full load of pig steel. I swam over to Big Jim and gripped him and hauled him to the bank and climbed out and pulled him after me. You saved my life, he grinned and pushed me back into the canal. I can't bear to be beholden to anyone, Big Jim continued as my head broke the surface, so I will take these, and he strode off with my clothes. One could hear the fathers of heavily built daughters from Trotwood beginning to tremble again. When it was dark, I left the soft water and ran stiffly home in my string vest and pants. They were already playing ping pong in the orphanage as I sat.
Are you afraid to go home at night to your lonely room all by yourself? No matter how lonely you are, there is one who is even more lonely than you. Billy. This song, Do You Ever Feel Lonely? Do you ever feel lonely? Of course I do. Then think of Billy. He's lonely too. Lives in a city, population 1. Thank you.
This is it. I used to lie in bed. I used to lie in bed with women I love and have sex. With this woman, I lie in bed and have love. Whatever we do is love, even sex. And then I very much like his partner in rhyme, Phillips April King. So I thought I'd throw two Phillips into the mix. This is our very beautiful Philcom cottage, Dorset. A Red Admiral landed on my canvas shoe. feeling the coarse weave of the blue cloth beneath his thin feet. He stayed and stayed, my stilled foot pushed beneath his weightless beauty.
I've got this one and then one more, and this is this line here that he did in the bottom of these poems. Men do not have periods so that they may spend their blood on the battlefield.
And it comes back. A Red Admiral sought me out in Wiltshire as I sat in the sun eating egg from the shell and honey off the plate. He lit on the table near the bread and rested his wings. For it's a long fly from Philcombe Cottage, Dorset, to little Bedwin Wilts. I greeted him silently, knowing the ways of Red Admirals. He was looking for my blue cloth shoes, and I was sitting barefoot on a chair. I tried to tell him they were under the bed, but he didn't seem to understand and flew off into the wind.
I'd like to finish on this one called It's a Real Man. And Ivor Cutler just kind of smacked me around the face, and this was one of the poems where really hit me quite hard, and this is called A Real Man. When I was 12, I wanted to be a real man, an old man with a beard, sitting at the table with a huge book full of wisdom. And what did society hold up to me for my admiration? A golfer, a boxer, a man who ran quickly, a soldier, a lawyer, a tycoon, a motorist, a pop star, a footballer. Into what kind of madhouse had I been born? And what have I become? A child witlessly pouring out whatever enters my head. I am a madman, and people gather to listen to me make a fool of myself. I am not a role model. This is my protection and my security. I still long for the table and the book, the smell of an old man and an old book, the afternoon light fading. Thank you.